I came to America at the age of 16, and my initial thought was that this could be kind of a launching pad for a new life. Czechoslovakia at that time, Slovakia, just split up into Czech Republic and Slovakia, and the economic opportunities were very limited. Even though we were hopeful, it was very limited. So I was looking for a new life, and I landed in Camden, Arkansas, which is a little distressed community in South Arkansas.
I'm from the state of Zacatecas, which is a kind of central Mexico. And from there I went to Chicago. And Chicago was a good place to work, but not a good place to raise a family. So I have always wanted to, to live on a farm or a small community. And I remember one time coming from Chicago to visit my family in Mexico, driving to Little Rock, I noticed the logo and the license plates of Arkansas used to be the land of opportunity, and I like that.
So I'm originally from Moscow, Russia, and in 1992 I was offered a job to teach in Mexico, Saltillo, Coahuila.
I'm originally from Lithuania, Vilnius. That's the capital city of Lithuania. And like Tatiana, I was as well offered a job in Mexico to play in the symphony orchestra over there in Mexico. And I decided to take a job, just give a try. And initially it was probably, for 1 year with possible extension. And I just moved to Mexico, and then 1 year became 2 years, and so on. And then eventually we met each other back in Mexico, in Monterrey.
I have lived in Arkansas for 15 years by now, and the first time I came here, I came to a local high school in Little Rock, and that was because I always wanted to learn English and I always wanted to spend a year abroad. After that, I got a Danegi scholarship at UALR, so I decided to get a college education, and that led to me getting also an MBA at UALR. And at that point I still didn't think that I was an immigrant, because I always thought that I was going to go back and live and work in Europe. But one thing led to another, and I met my husband and got married, and I think that's when I decided that this is my home, and this is going to be my home for the rest of my life, probably.
I had a wonderful life in Camden, and maybe it was the great family that I had that connected me with a lot of different people. Maybe it was the color of my skin, so I didn't look like an immigrant. Maybe that helped, but I did have a strong accent. But even despite that, most people really accepted me. So, I think Arkansas was a good place to put down roots, but you need those anchors. It was both the school that really anchored me. It was my wife, clearly. That was the most important anchor, and remains today for me to stay in Arkansas. But it was this job that really, I could only name about 80 other organizations, banks like ours in the country, that I could ever work for. And one happens to be in Arkansas.
I agree with Dominic. It's so true about Southern hospitality and people being welcoming and friendly, but you need an introduction first to become a part of this group.
There were no opportunities over there. There were no jobs, of course, no industry whatsoever. Here, actually, Severe County has the largest number of Latino farmers of the state of Arkansas. We have several families with small farms, with cattle, with chicken houses, goats, lamb, sheep, horses. And this is a wonderful place, to live. And I have no plans of moving from Arkansas. This is home. This is.
Someone told me that Arkansas Symphony had an opening for a violist and an opening in a string quartet Sturgis. And I thought I should give it a try. And I went to audition and I won the job. And that's basically why I moved here in 2004. Every summer vacation, summer break, is a question, should I go back home? Every Christmas, should I go back home? And we bought a house in 2008. It's the first time that we had a house other than in our countries. And I remember coming back from Russia in 2000, I think 9, and I felt I'm home. That's the first time when I realized this is my home. Because you don't really break ties with your place, with the place you were born. But this is where my life is right now.